we have ahead, I think, the most decisive split of all year. Basically, the Ticket to Champions gets to decide this time. You guys are in a group with teams that have an amount of champion points that are almost equal. I think only G2 and Sentinels are the ones that separate from the pack this time. So what could be the main focus for the team right now with the current meta in order to secure your spot to champions?
So the goal for our team 100% is going to champs. Talked about that a lot very clearly. Like the most important thing for us is to make sure that we're basically at our peak form when we get to, playoffs and toward like the decider basically that makes us go to the grand finals or not. Championship points may be possible, but like our eyes are definitely on trying to make sure that we get first or second. In terms of like the meta and all of that, I mean, I've always kind of focused on identity a lot. I think that whatever best fits our team is what we're going to play. And yeah, I mean, that's the focus in terms of the strategy. Yeah, and adapting to the new scenario that we have.
Thank you.
All right. Awesome. Does somebody else have a question?
Yeah, cool if I go?
Yeah, go ahead.
Awesome. Hey guys, what's going on? It's Ravish or Ravish. Just want to ask you guys something just fun on the side too, because like I want to see, because like definitely you guys have been scaling a lot throughout the entire split too. I was want to hear from Zander and Tony first too. What's something that you guys have taken from split 1 or into split 2 as well that you personally want to see be reflected on stage, either in terms of your team, yourself, and ideas you want to come forth? It have to be a lot like forthcoming about it, but just ideas and stuff that we should look out for, perhaps, whether it be in play or just personal style of growth.
I'd say like just bring more confidence, radiate more confidence. I feel like everybody is like really insane like when they're like fully confident. I feel like we saw a little bit of that during the EWC qualifiers, maybe even like during the series versus G2, and I felt like trust as well. I think if we just trust each other and like listen to each other, communicate off each other, play with each other, we look like a lot better. I feel like we're not very good when we play very individualistic, and sometimes we can get like that just on like an off day, like whatever. But if our mindset is like fully on just like playing off teammates and playing with each other, I think we're like honestly one of the best teams in America, if not the world. Just like any point like or anytime we can get like that, it's going to be a very scary team.
Oh yeah, Tony, anything to add in terms of what you're looking for as well from the team too?
Yeah, I would just basically echo his sentiment. I think we're definitely a team that tries to add more individuality at times, which is it's a pros and a cons kind of scenario. It's like if we trust people on our team to go for plays that they truly believe are like game-winning plays, then that is what will separate us from other teams. But at the same time, it's a fine line that we have to like kind of toe, where you have to choose the right scenarios to do it. If you do it all the time, you always take first fights, you always force duels as an individual, it's only going to work, the percentage of times that, that of the angle you're fighting or like this kind of thing. So like if you take a 50-50 every single round at the beginning of the round, it's like, yeah, sometimes the coin will not flip in your direction. So I would definitely say like the more we do to tune our team play and make sure that it's at its like highest level has kind of been our focus for sure. And try to find like the correct opportunities to kind of showcase our individuality. And I think definitely toward the end of split 1, we definitely found like a better balance there. And we've been pushing it really, really hard in practice to just try to make sure that basically every interaction that we have together in the game is something that we do with one another, or we try to find ways to get proactive, like this kind of stuff. Usually in the games that we lose, like some of those details are missing. So want to make sure that we bring that into next stage.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it, and good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, awesome. Is there another question that anybody has? Go ahead.
Hey, this is Pedro Romero, independent journalist. First of all, thank you guys so much for giving us the opportunity for this quick presser. Obviously, since the last time we guys saw you guys, this team, you guys weren't able to put up a deep showing in stage one, but still, you guys were able to qualify for EWC and then get a few matches in amidst the changing of the meta as it always is. And so, for both of you guys, what do you feel has been the biggest takeaways from just competing in EWC and just having to, take in what the rest of the other competition has been giving you in the lead up to stage two?
You want me to take it?
I mean, I can go first.
got it? Okay.
I feel like throughout the EWC and obviously EWC, I think yes, the meta changed, and I feel like we learned a lot about just our map pool in general, and just like how we can play better and on certain maps, and just like how we're gonna like function on certain maps. And I think we practiced a lot throughout the EWC qualies and even for EWC, and just kind of like I think we just pretty much like deepened our map pool, and I think that's like the main thing. But yeah, I don't know anything else other than that. I think like EWC didn't obviously go our way, but I think as long as we like kind of just learn from our mistakes from those series, I think we'll be good.
Yeah, I think there's also like strategically some things that the teams that we played against do that is like very overwhelming to play against. I think I don't want to go too into detail about it because it's something that we want to implement as well. But I'd say like a lot of the top teams do have kind of like similar styles of play currently that I feel is something that was really invaluable for us to learn. So going to the event was definitely good. I think in terms of meta and being prepared for stage 2, obviously we'll have to have a different advantage there, and in that obviously we don't have much time to prep the new maps, but we at least have like the experiences that we got at EWC playing against the teams in the matches alongside being able to scrim some of them after the fact. So I'll say, coming out after EWC, it's like we've got some advantages somewhere, but places where we have to kind of like treat this as crunch time and catch up in terms of, the new maps that are entering the pool now.
All right. I believe Sons of KS has another question. Oh, you have another question, Pedro?
I'd like for him to ask his question first.
Yeah, okay, thank you, Pedro. Miguel back. This is for Coach Zikz. You were assistant coach during that Cinderella run that ended in LA with the World Championship. From those years working with Coach Porter, is there any significant learning you had that you currently use with the 100 Tips while you're being a head coach?
Yeah, I'd say there's me and her definitely differ in a lot of ways, but I would say that one thing that kind of stuck with me was she's a very reps oriented coach. So if, for example, you run a strat, she'll want to run it like a ton of times basically to like experience the pitfalls of it, like what does well, or what doesn't do well, tweak little details of it. I think like that's something that she's very big on, is just like making sure basically that you do like essentially what I call like the CS fundamentals. She kind of like zones in on that really, really hard. Obviously that's something important to our team, but I think that was definitely one of her like key focuses for sure. Just making sure basically the little details in terms of the Counter-Strike fundamentals would be consistent. I think that was definitely a good takeaway for me.
Thank you, Coach.
All right. Pedro Romero, you have the next question.
Yes, it's going to be a question for both of you guys. Given what Zikz said a little bit just now regarding the state of the meta and the new map, and I want to ask you just about that first and foremost about Corrode. Obviously, we've seen a few teams in other regions already play that map at their respective competitions. I want to know, like, on the general sense, what's your opinion of it? Do you like it? Do you hate it? Are you somewhere in between, or what else?
I mean, personally, I actually enjoy the map. I think the map is very interesting. I think it's also like somewhat of a similar map in comparison to other maps in the map pool, but yeah, there's a lot of like variety I can already see on that map. There's a lot of things you can do like different in comparison to the, like other maps, like maybe Ascend that's very basic. But I think it's like a double controller map. It could be like a double initiator map. It could be like double senti map. It could be like honestly anything you want it to be. But I think early days corrode is going to be like a bunch of everything. So you got to just prepare as much as possible and you know, yeah, prepare.
Yeah, I mean, echoing the same sentiment, it's like whenever they are recently introducing a map, like people usually won't have the meta perfectly figured out the first time around. So, you know, for us and for other teams, like I'm pretty sure like what everyone will be doing, honestly, is just playing what's comfort. There are definitely like details on the map that are like similar to other maps. So, in terms of a macro sense, you can kind of like translate some things, but I'm definitely kind of curious to see what teams prepare coming into the first week, because it is pretty much everybody's first go at it. And yeah, I think there's like maybe 10 VODs or so at this point that people can watch on the map. And yeah, I mean, pretty much everybody's kind of decided for the most part, a lot of teams have decided that it's like double controller. Some teams have done, you know, even Gecko on the map. So that was like the first time it was seen. So people are definitely taking it a bunch of different directions. We kind of have our take. And once again, super identity heavy, like focus. So if it fits for us, then we're going to try it. And we think we have a good read on it. So we'll see how it goes.
All right. I think we're going to our next question with Ravish.
Okay. Hey guys, me back again. Real quick, Zander, I saw some ice on your ring, bro. What's going on with that? Like, what are you rocking there? That seems new, man. What's up with it?
It's not new actually. I got it when I was I want to say 20. My dad bought it for me for my 20th birthday and had it ever since. You know, hasn't I don't ever take it off. So
That's nice. Do you have any of the ice on you? Because I know Tens has AP, so I'm wondering when you're gonna buy one of yours, bro.
oh, no, let's relax. I don't get his money, but I got this chain. You know, I had this for a while, but the Z is from present from my my brother because I was his best friend at his wedding. So yeah, I got that's all I got. I don't got nothing else. Trust me.
You know what? That looks mad nice, man. I respect it. Because Tony, because you also have your wedding ring, right? I'm assuming.
Yeah, I've just got a wedding band.
Still, that's nice. Thanks, that was it.
All right. Are there any more questions?
Can I ask one more?
Oh, yep. Go ahead.
Yeah, regarding about the current group that you guys are going to be in for the start of the season, it put you with Crew, MIBR, and NRG, Leviathan, and Loud. For both of you guys, what are your thoughts on the road ahead? You know, the challenge of just having to go through these teams in the first obstacle to then move on to playoffs and then continue this potential journey to Paris.
I'm actually a big fan of playing against this group. I think if our goal is to be a top 2 team, then I would much rather be playing against the better teams, because like kind of the perception of our group is, you know, G2 and Sen are obviously very solid teams. They were the top 2 teams last year in playoffs. So our group hilariously kind of looks like the, you know, the rest of it. So it's like if we beat our entire group, then we're like, in a sense, one step away from being a top 2 team. We would just have to tackle, you know, G2 Sen. Obviously, it's not, you know, that straightforward, but in terms of like rankings, I would say it's a good group for us to challenge ourselves, to push ourselves to the point where we kind of recognize if we want to be a top 2 team, we have to beat all these teams anyway. So I'm not too worried. I actually like prefer this group.
Yeah, and to piggyback off of what he said, yeah, I agree. I think the other group is very like top heavy with G2 and Sen. I think our group is everyone's like relatively solid, and so like I think if we were in the other group and we were to beat these teams like 2G and whatnot, no offense, I love them. So I think they got spiked back. They're nice, but it's kind of like hard to gauge how good we are on the stage because I do think like there's 2 different teams in the sense like stage team and scrim team, and so I think it is like a good challenge for us and a good way to visualize our level of play, I'll say.
All right. That is going to be the end of our press conference. Thank you for coming, and thank you for everyone who was asking questions as well.
Thank you
Thank
guys.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you
Bye-bye.
guys. Best of luck.
Thank you.